Hi, I'm Slawek with iDrinkCoffee.com. Today I'll be presenting the Anfim Cody and Scody grinders. Anfim is a very well-established and respected brand that is headquartered in Milan, Italy. They are part of the Hemro group, which consists of Anfim, Hey Cafe, Ditting, and Malkonig. With those four brands, Hemro is not only one of the largest, but certainly one of the most well-respected grinder manufacturers in the world. These two grinders have a fair amount of history in the specialty coffee space. While the Anfim brand may not be a household name here in North America, it's actually a brand with a lot of history. It's very well respected and very well established. It's been around for a very long time, creating quality grinders. Anfim is also a brand that holds a special place kind of in the history of specialty coffee, and specifically in my experiences when I was starting out in the industry. Back in the late 2000s, the Anfim Super Camino, which is the predecessor of this grinder right here, was very widely used by competing baristas. Then they would have the doser, and Anfim was always known for having the best doser in the industry, had a really clean sweep. So what you would see is you'd see a barista grinding into their portafilter and kind of hitting that paddle on the doser to get the coffee into the portafilter. That's how we would dose back then. Of course, a lot has changed since that time. Grinders with dosers aren't as popular anymore. We've gone more to the on-demand or grind-by-time methods. And that's exactly what these grinders are. Cody, C-O-D-Y, stands for Camino On Demand, and the Scody, of course you guessed it, is the Super Camino On Demand. I'm gonna go over the features of these legendary grinders. I'm gonna talk about the differences between the two different models, and then I'm gonna pull a shot to show you how these grinders work in action in making espresso. So I'm going to go over the features of these grinders. And in front of me I have two, and of course one is the Cody and the other is the Scody. The main difference between those is that this has a 64 millimeter burr set and the Scody has a 75 millimeter burr set. In addition to that, the Scody also has a cooling fan. It's more suitable, I think, for higher volume requirements, for cafes that are a little bit busier, whereas the Scody is good for lower volume cafes, possibly a decaf grinder, or even in your home. And with that in mind, the Cody also ships with the smaller hopper. So you can see this is a low profile hopper, again, better for lower volume or home use, and the Scody ships with the larger hopper. However, it is possible to change the hopper on either one of these, so you can put the short on the Scody grinder and vice versa. You can put the large hopper on the Cody as well. But these are the default options that are inside the box that they ship with. In terms of size, the grinders are actually the same size. So they use the exact same body. The only difference is that fan in the back that the Scody has, but the bodies are the same. They're also both available in these two colors, so you can get either model in the black or the white. The grind adjustment is up here on the left, and it uses a reduction gear. It's a worm gear, so we have an infinite amount of adjustments. So it's very easy to make very fine adjustments. I can move this and really dial in my espresso to get the best possible result. The timing function of the grinder is up here on the left. There are four buttons, your single and your double dose, and then plus and minus, which is how we set the dose. So for example, I have it set on my double here. It's set at 9.8 seconds. I hold this button in, and then I can change the programming. And the way you change it, you change the first digit first. So for example, it's 9.8, I can change it to 10.8. Or if I want, finer adjustment, I would press the double button again, going to the second digit, which is 8. I can change it to 9 or go lower if I like to, for example, 9.5. Again, the adjustment is within 1/10 of a second. And then to save this, I just press the double button again, and now I have it set at 9.5 seconds. The forks on this grinder are adjustable, so you can adjust it to the height of your portafilter. I have it set, and I'm going to be making a coffee with my Lumberzoco GS3 here in just a moment, but you can raise that or lower it depending on your portafilter size. Down here we have the trigger, and the way the trigger works on this is you hold it in order to grind, and it grinds for your set amount of time. And I actually like that, because I can grind, for example, a partial dose, then kind of move my grinds around and grind the remainder of the dose. And again, the forks are nice and sturdy, so it's easy to kind of agitate those grinds so they settle. Also beautiful grind quality, nice and fluffy, really does a nice job. Down here on the left, we have the manual button. So if you want a little bit more coffee, for example, you can just grind just hold it down, and that's on-demand grinding if you want to add a little bit to your dose or what have you. Down here, of course, is the display, and that shows you for 2 cups, I have 9.5 seconds. My single cup dose is currently set to 4.6, but you can, of course, change that very easily. You also have a sizable grounds tray, which helps you keep the grinder fairly neat. You know, if you get any stray grounds, you can take this and then kind of throw it into your knockbox or into the compost or whatever. To access the burrs on the Cody series is actually very easy as well. There's just 3 kind of nuts here. You remove those and lift the hopper off. That's also how you change the hopper. The hopper is fixed to the grinder. And then you have easy access if you need to clean or change your burrs. So now let me show you this grinder in action. Let's pull a shot of espresso. And I'm actually going to turn on my Scody here. And you're going to notice when I turn it on, it's going to give me the software, but then it says total cup. So it does count how many extractions we've done. It was at 118. This grinder, of course, is quite new. And I'm just going to take my Portafilter here. I have this set right now. It's at 7.2 seconds, and it's yielding about 18 grams of coffee in the Portafilter. So again, I can give it a little shake. And then complete my grind. Tamp, and I'm using a Passato tamper and a Cafe Lot tamping stand. And I'm going to extract into these lovely Loveramics. That's the Urban Series Brewer's Cup. Getting a nice extraction, nice crema. I set this to yield about, it's about a 2-to-1 ratio, so 36 grams of coffee, 18 grams of grinds, and then 36 grams inside the cup. And that took 27 seconds, which is right in the wheelhouse that I enjoy. And I'm going to give it a try. Quite lovely. What I saved for last, and this is perhaps the most important point, is the incredible value on these grinders. iDrinkCoffee.com is Canada's Hemro distributor, and we have secured a large amount of the Cody and the Scody grinders, and we are selling them at a price that is just unheard of. You get the Cody for $8.95 or the Scody for $11.95. That's Canadian dollars, and you just cannot beat that price for an Italian-made commercial grinder. This grinder would do very well in any cafe. You have your Cody if you want to do a decaf, or if you want to offer a different blend, it's still very capable. Or if you're a little bit higher volume, go with the Scody, you get the fan. This grinder is a workhorse, can continue to work all day long. The Cody and Scody are very well respected. These are grinders that have been proven over a very long period of time, and they would service you very well in your cafe, restaurant, or business. Or if you like that commercial feeling, that commercial experience, many of our customers have purchased these for home use as well. If you have any questions about the Anfim Cody or Scody grinders, please feel free to reach out to iDrinkCoffee.com. We're here to help. Also, please subscribe to our YouTube channel for more videos like this about coffee, coffee grinders, espresso machines, everything to do with coffee. Thanks for watching, and have a great day.